You guys, so I just got back from seeing Vacation, the 2015 reboot slash sequel starring Ed Helms as Rusty Griswold. And alright, let's talk about Vacation. This movie, I'm gonna start off by saying there's gonna be a lot of bad reviews coming out for this movie. This movie, it's gonna get hated on. It is, and most people are just gonna say it sucks, and that's totally cool. Does it suck? I wouldn't say it's terrible, but guys, I'll be honest with you, as a huge Vacation fan, yeah, it's not good, but it's not terrible. It's not. I would say that this one was just okay. Let's talk about this. Basically, the plot of this one is, like I said, it is a reboot slash sequel. What I mean by that is this movie acknowledges that the other Vacation movies with Chevy Chase did happen. It is in that same universe. But now we see Rusty Griswold all grown up with his own family, who's played by Ed Helms. Christina Applegate's playing his wife. I think her name was Debbie. And he's got two sons, and he decides that he needs to spend more time with his family. And so he decides to recreate the first Vacation and take his family across the country to Wally World. And that's basically the plot of the movie. And once again, havoc ensues, because it wouldn't be a Vacation movie without some disaster along the way. And like I said, guys, I thought it was okay. It was nothing special, but I certainly don't think it's as bad as most reviewers are going to make it out to be. Personally, I mean, everyone sees movies differently, especially comedies, and a lot of people are going to say that this sucked, and alright, fine, but let's talk about Ed Helms as Rusty. He was okay. I mean, I like Ed Helms, but to me, Rusty Griswold has to be a certain way. I didn't think Ed Helms, he didn't feel like Rusty, he just felt like Ed Helms, which is, it really... I mean, I kind of wanted a Rusty, but Ed Helms is fine, I guess. Christina Applegate is his wife. She's alright. She's kind of better than Ellen Griswold as Beverly D'Angelo in that first movie. And the only reason I'm saying that is because she has more to do. I wouldn't say she's like a better actress or anything like that. I'm just saying the character was better because this character had more to do than Ellen in the original Vacation movie. The kids, oh my god, the younger kid, the one, and this is in the trailer, but the younger kid that's bullying his older brother, that kid annoyed the fuck out of me. Until about towards the end when they tried to like give him a little bit of a redemption. I kind of liked him having a little redemption because I pretty much hated him the whole movie. He was a fucked up dude. He needed to be professionally helped. And the older brother's so whiny, such a girl, and he's not a girl. Maybe he is, and I don't know, but the kids, I did not like the kids in this movie at all. It does not even compare to Rusty and Audrey as kids in the first Vacation movie. No, I hated the kids, at least for most of it. I still hated the older one up until the end all the way through. The younger one, I kind of grew on me at the end, but just the end. You also get brief appearances in here, and I'm going to say brief, and that's kind of a spoiler, but not really. I mean, following the formula of other Vacation movies, you would probably have been able to figure this out anyway. Leslie Mann is playing older Audrey Griswold. Well, she's now married to Chris Hemsworth. So... you know, we get a brief appearance from them. They're kind of replacing the Cousin Eddie stuff because Cousin Eddie I will say Cousin Eddie is not in this movie, and that's not a spoiler saying that something is not in the movie. So yeah, Cousin Eddie is not in this movie. So their stuff is kind of like replacing the Cousin Eddie stuff. Wasn't as good as the Cousin Eddie stuff. I will say though, Chris Hemsworth, funny as fuck in this movie though. I loved Chris Hemsworth in this movie. Leslie Mann was alright, but again, she just felt like Leslie Mann, really. She didn't really feel like Audrey Griswold to me. The disasters along the way, they're not really that memorable. You know, there's not going to be any scenes that pop out, and in 20 years we're going to say that is the classic, iconic scene from this 2015 Vacation movie. Nothing really like that in this one. But there are, there were parts in this movie where I was laughing my ass off. There was parts of this movie where I wasn't really laughing that much. And there was a couple moments where it was just chuckle, and there was a couple moments where it really wasn't nothing at all. So, I mean, it all depends on your sense of humor. Yes, there are a lot of poop and fart jokes and puke jokes and all that kind of stuff in here. And I thought the puke stuff actually worked. I thought the puke jokes, there's one puke joke in particular that was actually pretty funny. But like the other jokes like that just didn't really connect with me too much. Yeah. The other disaster, like I said, there's nothing really iconic about this one. It's okay, and I usually don't do like review. I usually don't rate a review like this, but I would say give this one a rental. Wait until this one is like a really cheap day at the movie theater, or just wait until it comes on DVD and Blu-ray and like rent it or something. Because I don't think it's worth going to see in the theater. I think it's more like you can just have some popcorn and pizza on a Friday night and just go to a video store and rent it, and or a Redbox, whatever, and just pop it in and have some fun at your house. That's basically what this movie is. There's like one spoiler thing I want to talk about in a minute here, and even in the trailer, Ed Helms, as Rusty says, because they said, I've never even heard of the original Vacation. He's like, doesn't matter, this new Vacation will stand on its own. And like I said, it is a sequel, so the other Vacations did happen, and they tried to homage some of that without really copying it. And I will say, I was a sucker for the stuff that, referenced the first one, or had an homage to the first one, or anything like that. I will say, there's this one part in the movie where Rusty's looking at his old childhood vacation pictures, pictures of the family from the other movies, and he's going through them, and you can clearly tell that these are different kids, because it's photos from the other ones, and they're all different kids in each one, so I'm like, why would you put that part in there? You could just show the one from the first one where they're at Wally World and shit like that. But no, they show Vegas. At least I think they show Vegas. I don't remember if they showed Vegas or not, but they showed European and Christmas for sure, and the first one for sure. And I'm like, you can clearly tell these are different Rusties, but whatever, no big deal. That's a nitpicky thing. But I do love every time they try to homage it, or it was a nice reference or callback to the original one. That I was a sucker for that stuff. I ate that stuff up. But like I said, guys, overall, I'd probably give this one a rental. My grade, I'm going to give this one, it's either going to be a solid C or a C minus. I'm leaning more towards a C minus. Yeah, I'm just going to end up giving it a C minus for right now, but it's in that solid C and C minus range. Like I said, it was okay. I'll get it eventually. I don't know if I'll get it the week it comes out on Blu-ray, but I'll get it at some point, just to add to the collection and whatnot. But yeah, like I said, I kind of liked it, but then again, there was a lot of stuff in it that I didn't really care for. It's kind of a disappointment, a little bit. But there is one spoiler thing I do want to talk about. So if you have not seen Vacation, go watch Vacation if you want, then come back and we can discuss this like one spoiler thing I'm going to talk about. Because I'm going to talk about like one spoiler thing. So if you haven't seen Vacation, stop watching right now. Alright, so the one thing I wanted to talk about is when we see Clark and Ellen in this movie. And we knew they were going to be in the movie because they were in the trailer. I just didn't... The part is kind of spoilerish, the details and the context and stuff. Clark and Ellen run a bed and breakfast now. I wasn't expecting that. That doesn't scream Clark and Ellen. This is what Clark and Ellen's doing as old people. Running a bed and breakfast, but they really don't want the people around. What was that all about? I don't know. Chevy Chase, he's getting old. Beverly D'Angelo, again, getting old. She still kind of looks good, but she's really, really getting old. It was great seeing them in this movie. And then the part where they're almost at Wally World. Rusty and his family are almost at Wally World. They stop at their dad's. They stop at their parents' house, and Clark pulls out the family truckster from the original movie, and Rusty gets to drive that all the way to Wally World. That was cool. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I thought they were gonna do the same thing with the this one that they did with the original. They would went to Wally World and they would have been closed down again. I'm glad they didn't do that. But when they actually got to Wally World, wasn't as thrilling as the original or anything. And I knew it wasn't going to be, but I was hoping to be a little bit better than that. But it was great seeing the family truckster back. I was trying to look to see if it was still kind of fucked up from the first movie. It looked like he got most of that cleaned up, though. It has been a long time. It's been like, what, 32 years since the first movie? So he's had a lot of time to fix that up. But I'm glad he still had it. That was kind of cool. Seeing them, like seeing Clark and Ellen back for a minute was kind of cool. I just didn't like kind of where they took their characters. They kind of just felt like they were thrown in there last minute. That's what it felt like anyway. Anyways, guys, Vacation 2015, like I said, I'm going to give it a C-. What do you guys think about it? Comment down below. Let me know. And yeah. Well, see you later.